games, then one mistake, fantastic finish from outside the box, momentum change, suddenly the lesser players just grow in confidence, the others are dropping, then there was a huge difference the other way. That's remarkable.
But also you can see the emotion in someone like the captain of Stanciu, who obviously has the emotion of being captain, but is an experienced player. The more experience you get, the more you think, I wonder how many more times we're going to experience something or get the opportunity to do something.
The thing is with the emotion, they channeled it in the right way. Emotion can sometimes get the better of you and make you make poor decisions. We've seen that many times. They harnessed the emotion into energy. Defensively, with the ball, they were running off each other. They all seemed to use it in the right way. I mean, I'm not sure I'm into celebrating every tackle and every block the way they did, but, you know...
Celebration police.
No.
We should celebrate. I agree.
You've changed.
You've
changed.
Well, do you know what? We'll have a debate on that. When we get to Dragus in a minute, we will have a debate on that. On the 2-0, how much do you credit the shot from Murin? How much are you questioning Lunin in the Ukraine goal?
Lunin he hasn't had his best day. You must say that. Involved in the first one and more than involved in the second one. This is a shot where when you look back at it, he will feel down.
There's lots to admire in the Romanian break, though, isn't there, that leads to the goal?
Yeah, but look at Marvin. Yeah, he's running from his own box all the way up there.
It's great desire from him.
Yeah, it is fantastic desire.
It's just a really bad mistake, chappers.
Do you think there's any element of the defender blocking? Well, I mean, we can see
no, because he sees it. He sees it, and he misjudges the bounce.
Yeah,
he does. Maybe look, it happens, and unfortunately, he's made 2 mistakes today. We know he's a quality goalkeeper, but when you're playing for your country, it's going to be highlighted even more. It was nice to see some of his teammates trying to console him at the end, but
yeah, I agree.
Football changes on goals, and goalkeepers, unfortunately, when they make a mistake, we know the ball's in the net, and 99 out of 100 he saved that.
Yeah, he got to save it. There's maybe his defenders a little bit in the way. Definitely the goalkeeper coach and goalkeeper union will discuss, that yes, he couldn't see it that well, but he needs to save it. Got to save it. As we talked about it before, the big players in the team, they need to step up, they need to perform, and Lunin is a big player in the Ukrainian team.
Do you spend... Look, the international caps he had in March were his first ones for 18 months, and this is his first appearance at a major tournament. Appreciate he's also been a Real Madrid goalkeeper in the Champions League when Courtois hasn't been available. How much thought... Do you give more thought as a manager into changing your goalkeeper for games or tournaments or cups than you would any other position?
I would just play the best player, so also keeper. So if he's the best keeper, I'll play him. No matter, not thinking too much about cups or not cups. Of course, not if it's in the Euros as we're talking about here, just play the best one.
Yeah, I mean, there's now scrutiny on him because of that. We'll show the first goal in a little while, but there is more now.
You need to stick with him.
Stick with him.
Yeah, stick with him. Got to.
Yeah. I agree. I think if you picked him to start today, yes, 2 individual errors, and there's nothing you can say about that. They are individual errors, but I think it would be harsh then to change him now in the second game.
He could be the hero next game. Yeah. He's more than capable. He's picked for a reason. They know his quality, and in a tight game, the ones they've got coming up, he could be the hero.
Yeah.
Look at the 3rd goal for us.
I will when it comes on.
There you go, your wish is my command. There you go.
Well, this is really naive defending from Ukraine in terms of the switching off on a short corner. It's really, really poor. They make the most of it, quick thinking. They've been like that all day, Romania, really quick thinking. Good bit of skill. I mean, that's horrendous defending and just anticipates the cross. We're talking a fraction, a toe, just he's onside. Right decision, as we know.
Great movement from Dragus in there.
He's
just getting back on side, and then he's moving in there to be there on the last line for a tap in.
Yeah, it was
poor defending from
really bad
from Ukraine. Sorry, it's a short corner. They've sent one out late. The second one goes out even later and just gets walked past. Even Zinchenko, who's marking Dragus, doesn't get goal side and keep him goal side. So, you know, it's a really clever goal for Romania, but poor defending from Ukraine.
But that sums up Romania in terms of their brightness and sharpness. Quick thinking in every aspect. First to the ball defensively, people running off there, but, you know, like everyone was at it. There was a sharpness about them. You know, look, they looked super fit, and super athletic, and sometimes that comes from confidence. You know, you think, oh, this is a really fit, strong team, but they're all so confident. They're all trying, even that little bit of skill in the box. Maybe he doesn't try that at 0-0. You know, everything went for them today, but they earned their look.
Let's get on to our centre-half debate then, and whether you should celebrate tackles and clearances as if you'd scored a goal. But first of all, on Dragus as well, who was a rock.
Brilliant.
Well, my man of the match day, I thought he was excellent. He grew and grew into the game. That is boom. That's like hitting a brick wall. And he was like that all game. And we mentioned him before, and we don't really see him enough in the Premier League. This is a great clip because he heads that. And now look at him. And they're ahead, but he's just super. He's got energy. We said he was good on the ball. He's brave. He's got first contact in his 6-yard box. Now he's driving his team all the way up the pitch. That's not what he's in the team for, but he does have the ability to do that. Recovery here, he's a little bit out of position, but the desire to get back in front of the striker. And he celebrated this, and he should celebrate it. And Danny's not happy about it, but Danny's never happy. I'm happy for him. He had a great day today. And as a centre-half myself, a former centre-half, we don't get the chance to score that many goals, but that's our bread and butter. And if you do that, it gives the better players in the team a chance to win it.
I actually, joking aside, his performance deserves plaudits because he was outstanding. And the Tottenham fans watching that will be really pleased because they haven't seen much of him, and his capabilities there. He's going to be he's perfect for the Premier League. I'll
tell you what, if he wants to play a back three going forward with Romero and Dragus and Mickey van der Ven,
with Udogie and Porro bombing on,
you aren't going to get many better back threes, are you?
You want to play against those three?
No.
But I think he's epitomised everything good about Romania today. I don't think you should be celebrating doing your job that much. Just a block. I mean, come on. If he'd have done that at Goodison, can you imagine?
Well, there are lots of jokes I could come up with there, but...
Just be nice for once.
But the other thing with the Dragus' celebration was that it was in front of his own fans.
That's what I mean.
And they're 3-0 up, and it's
something to the
passion.
It is passion. It shows something. We talked about how good they were defensively. They know it's their way to have a great tournament, that they are good together. Well, I think he was good, Dragus, but also think the other centre-back, Burka.
They were both brilliant.
Both great in the box.
And the other thing is the emotion, to be fair to him, even though he's celebrating his blocks and all that, it didn't affect his concentration. No. He wasn't getting carried away too much with the crowd where it affected his performance. I think that's what you've got to be careful of.
Let's go back to the first goal as well, which again you could look at a mistake, can't you? Actually, whether that's the kind of ball that was passed back to the goalkeeper or not, but then it's still some finish.
Yeah, and again, you can look at it in two ways. It's very sloppy from Ukraine, and if he had the chance, he would just smash that in row Z. But take nothing away from that is exceptional technique. What a goal! This is why we love football. I know we're joking about making blocks and tackles, but that's a thing of beauty. That strike, you could watch that all day, especially in the slow motion.
Maybe goal of the tournament. Goal of the tournament.
Yeah, it's a contender straight away. Yeah, definitely.
It's fully committed technique. That could go. You've really got to commit to it. So your margin for error is really small, and he just commits to the technique. And he'll probably watch that at least 100 times before he goes to sleep tonight.
As he should.
Danny would.
Yeah. More than that.
But 6 of the 8 games at the Euros now have seen goals scored from outside the box. And we were talking during the second half that it actually feels when we watch the Premier League, goals from outside the box have diminished. And you actually say you don't particularly want your players shooting from outside the box.
He's changed his mind.
I'll consider it now. No, in general, I think big believer of, we know what was it, 80-85% of the goals are scored inside the box. And of course, there's a shorter distance, it's very, very clear. But I always talk about play the chance big. But of course, the first one from Stanciu, that's obvious. You need to finish on that one. That's a clear one. And I know the second one, yes, it's good as well. But normally there was also, we talked about 3 or 4 times the Ukrainian players were finishing from 25 yards with 11 players in front of you, out of balance. That is not the right.
So, do you think is it a trend in the modern game now to reduce the number of shots from outside the box? Do you think the majority of coaches are giving the same message?
I think it's reducing, definitely. Of course, again, if good opportunity, in balance, got technique, of course, then you need to finish.
Yeah, you were saying it more depends on the player.
Yeah, I think if you've got certain players are very good at it. You know, certain players are really good at it and have wonderful techniques. So you'd encourage them to play free and see what play how they see it. I think also the Premier League, the gap between the top teams is bigger than the lesser teams. Bigger than it's ever been, I think. So therefore, you get more teams sitting off and condensing that space. So there is no room to shoot from long distance. Whereas probably when I was playing, games were a bit more, a bit more ebb and flow, and there was more space. I think a lot of teams will condense, especially away from home, and block that space where you don't really get the opportunity to shoot as much.
We do have some Ukrainian reaction for you. Head coach